I'm sorry.
County Attorney's Office, self-defense, and interpreter.
You do have the defense.
Interpreter standing by and ready, Your Honor.
Your Honor, before we begin, this is the jail. I just wanted to let you know that Mr. Sharp and Mr. McCord are out of the facility.
All right. And we're starting with Mr. Amaya Martinez, correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right. So of the interpreter assist. Good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Buenos días, señor. ¿Podría darme, por favor, su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento?
Javier Aníbal Amaya Martínez,
¿Y su fecha de nacimiento?
el 17 de abril de 2006.
My name is Javier Aníbal Amaya Martinez. My birth date is 4/17/06.
Mr. Martinez, you're being seen here today on two different matters. The first relates to a warrant that was issued for your arrest, and the second relates to a felony complaint. Both deal with drug charges.
Señor Martínez, lo estamos viendo el día de hoy por dos asuntos. El primero es una orden de detención. El segundo es un delito grave por cuestiones de drogas, ambos casos.
You do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you.
Tiene derecho a guardar silencio. Cualquier cosa que diga podrá y será usada en contra suya.
You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed to the County Public Defender's Office to represent you.
También tiene derecho a representación de abogado. Voy a asignar al abogado de oficio del condado Pima para que lo defienda.
The attorney sitting right next to you is going to assist you throughout this hearing.
Tenemos a un licenciado a su lado esta mañana para ayudarle esta mañana.
So if you have any questions, please speak with him before saying anything out loud.
Si tiene alguna pregunta, antes de hablar en voz alta, pregúnteselo a él.
No.
¿Ok?
All right. Just check something. Pretrial Services doesn't note any other holds or statuses for Mr. Amaya Martinez.
El juez nota que la indagación de los servicios previos al juicio no revela ninguna otra detención o otros temas pendientes en contra del señor Martínez.
No other criminal history was noted, and he was determined to be steps eligible on at least some of the charges.
Tampoco se denotan historiales de antecedentes y se determina que por lo pronto califica usted para tomar parte en un programa de sentencia nativa denominado STEPS, el programa STEPS.
On the warrant matter, county attorney's recommendation was released to pretrial services.
Ahora, por el asunto de la detención de prófugo, el fiscal recomienda que se le libere para ser supervisado por la Agencia de Servicios Previos al Juicio, Pretrial Services.
Anything to add from the state?
El fiscal, ¿qué más comenta? Dice que nada más.
And nothing else from the state? Is that correct?
No, Your Honor, that's correct.
Thank you.
Nada más de parte de la fiscalía, correcto, señor juez, nada más, está bien.
And just to save time on the new felony matter, the state's recommendation was also pretrial services with a steps court evaluation if appropriate. Anything else to add on that matter?
No, Your Honor, that's our written recommendation.
Okay, thank you.
Y para el tiempo, para la cuestión de droga, se recomienda que usted tome parte, según la recomendación de los servicios previos al juicio, que sea liberado y monitoreado por ellos y que también determine si califica para participar en el programa de sentencia alternativa STEPS, si es que califica. El fiscal no tiene más que añadir.
And for defense, I am inclined to agree. You wish to add anything?
No, Judge. We also agree with the state's recommendation.
Y el juez le comenta al abogado defensor que se ve inclinado a seguir la recomendación de la fiscalía, pero si tiene algo más que comentar la defensa, y la defensa dice que no.
And is your client interested in participating in steps?
Pregunta si el cliente desea participar en ese programa de sentencia alternativa denominado STEPS. Hable con él.
Sí.
He says yes.
Dice que sí.
All right, then, Mr. Maya Martinez, I'm going to release you on both your cases and put you under the supervision of pretrial services.
Bueno, señor Amaya Martínez, voy a permitir que sea excarcelado y ser supervisado por la Agencia de Servicios Previos al Juicio, Pretrial Services.
Thank you.
Yes, on the matter of the warrant, I'm going to set an arraignment for you on July 28th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Ahora, por la cuestión de detención de prófugo, voy a programarle la lectura de cargos el día 28 de julio a la 1:30 por la tarde.
Ujú,
Ok.
ujú.
And
Espere.
on the other matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you on July 29th at 9 a.m. at the Pima County Superior Court to be screened for the STEPS program.
Y por el otro, sí, el otro asunto, le voy a programar otra audiencia el 29 de julio a las 9 de la mañana. Eso será en el Tribunal Superior del Condado Pima para ver si participa usted y califica por el programa de alternativo STEPS.
Does defense waive time on the preliminary hearing for the STEPS evaluation?
El juez pregunta que si la defensa acepta la demora para que se permita indagar participación en el programa STEPS antes de que se haga la audiencia preliminar, lo que seguiría normalmente.
Yes.
Yes, Judge. And also, just real quick, can you read that steps hearing date again so I
Yeah.
can write it down?
Not a problem.
El abogado dice que sí, están de acuerdo y que si por favor le repite la fecha de la audiencia STEPS. Espere.
The STEPS hearing will be July 29th at 9 a.m. Preliminary hearing scheduled for September 3rd at 1:30 p.m.
Ahora, la audiencia para participar en el programa STEPS se pacta para el 29 de julio a las 9 de la mañana y la audiencia preliminar se posterga hasta el 7 de septiembre.
Thank you.
Gracias, dice el defensor.
All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorneys and stay in touch with them so you can be up to date on the status of your cases.
Es todo por hoy, señor. Asegúrese de contactarse usted con la Agencia de Servicios Previos al Juicio al salir y también de comunicarse con su abogado y mantenerse en comunicación con él para estar atento a lo que ocurra en el programa STEPS.
Thank you.
Thank you. Make sure you're excused.
Puede retirarse, gracias.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your Honor, if there's no other matters, may the interpreter be excused?
Yeah, just going to confirm with the jail. We don't have any other Spanish speaking defendants, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, no more.
Okay, thank you. I'll excuse the interpreter. Thank you very much. Have a good morning.
Thank you. You all as well.
I didn't think about that. I didn't think of that either.
There's no good way, huh?
No, there we go. That's better.
Good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Dr. Neil Schmidt, 4761.
All right, Mr. Schmidt. Good morning. This is time for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a felony warrant out of the state of California.
Right.
This was related to charges of first-degree murder, lying in wait, rape, and kidnap, alleged to have occurred several years ago. I believe it's 1984. To remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you in this matter. The gentleman seated right next to you is going to be representing you for purposes of this hearing. So if you have any
Okay.
questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud. Okay?
Okay.
I have reviewed the pretrial services report as well as the county attorney's recommendation, which appears to be $2 million cash bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Judge, I would just know that this is the result of a rather lengthy investigation, not to mention the number of years that have passed since then, but California has sunk a lot of resources into this investigation, including bringing out members of their district attorney's office and their law enforcement office this week to conduct the search warrants and ultimately the interview of this defendant. Given the length of time that has passed, the fact that it's a different jurisdiction and the violence associated with the crime, we do believe a $2 million cash bond is appropriate. I would ask the court to impose that. Additionally, I'm asking for the fugitive hearing to be as quickly as the court can set it. If we could get a date this week, please. Thank you.
And just to note that the bond or the warrant amount actually does not list a bond, rather it requests the defendant be held without bail.
That's correct, Judge. However, Arizona law would require you to hold. Well, no, actually, that's a good point. I believe California at least still has the death penalty on the books. And given the nature of the case, I would ask that you hold him without bond because that is a death penalty eligible offense in the state of California.
Defense?
Yes, Judge. So generally, what I've seen at IAs is when there's even a case of this nature and there aren't any priors, they're not on release, the court will set a high amount of bond, but it's usually around $1 million. And so really that's what while the defense is asking, I understand how long ago this was and the nature of the case. But since then, or other than this, I don't see any other priors or anything on Mr. Schmidt's record. And pretrial services listed him as a level 1, 2 on the NCA, 2 on the FTA. I understand that, within the context of this case, those numbers have a different, light. But he's also disabled. He wouldn't really be a flight risk.
Nope.
And so we asked the court set a $1 million bond, cash or secured.
Well, in accordance with the ARS 3961, I will honor the state's request hold Mr. Schmidt without bond. I'll set no bond hearing. I'll set the fugitive hearing, fugitive warrant hearing rather, for July 24th at 2:30 in the afternoon, and the no bond hearing for the following day, July 25th at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Judge, there wouldn't be a no bond hearing.
I'm sorry. Oh, my apologies.
We don't need a no bond hearing, just the fugitive hearing.
Let me just select this one out. Automatically populates. All right. All right, I'm sorry. Excuse me, Mr. Schmidt. You're going to be held pending a hearing on the 24th. Please stay in contact with your attorney so you can be prepared for that hearing and for anything that may follow it. Thank you very much, sir. You're excused.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Dion Andrea Castillo, 101804.
There it is. All right. Ms. Castillo, you're being seen here today based on charges of domestic violence assault, misdemeanor domestic violence assault, and misdemeanor disorderly conduct. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Just going to take a look at some information that's provided to me by the pretrial services department. All right, doesn't seem like you have anything else holding you here. Okay. All right, Ms. Castillo, I'm going to set a hearing for you in this matter on July 30th at 10:30 in the morning. That's going to be in front of Judge Darlene Pesquera at the Pima County Justice Court. Do you know where that is?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll set that hearing for you, and I will release you on promise that you will appear at that hearing. Can you do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You'll see here for your arraignments, based on the pretrial services contact with the alleged victim, who, correct, you guys live together? Okay. He does welcome you back to the home, does wish to have further contact, and doesn't object to your release. So I'm not going to impose additional restrictions other than I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs and not commit any acts of domestic violence. So while you are free to return to the home and are free to have contact with the alleged victim, please understand that conduct has to be lawful, peaceful at all times, and that the alleged victim can change their mind about those conditions, and you may be ordered to vacate. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
All right, and that's all I have for you. You'll be released later today. Please make sure and make your hearing, otherwise a warrant could issue for your arrest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Valerie Rose, so you make clear away.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that for me, please?
Valerie Rose Clevenger,
And what's your birthday?
1967.
All right, Ms. Clevenger. You're being seen here today based on, it looks to be a few different matters. We'll take each one of them up. The first two relate to warrants that were issued for your arrest. These were out of the Pima County Justice Court issued by Judge Victoria Steele. Looks to be the same day, but different charges. First warrant relates to charges of disorderly conduct and indecent exposure. The other is criminal trespass and failing to appear. And the last matter is a city court matter. This is a petition to revoke probation that was filed by the city prosecutor's office. And this relates to a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia and failing to appear.
Okay.
Take the warrants up first. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. All right, Ms. Clevenger, I'm going to, just given the number of things going on here, I'm gonna honor the bond request for the warrants. I'm gonna set a $250 bond, and I'm gonna appoint Mr. Douglas Taylor to represent you. Set a hearing for you tomorrow afternoon
Okay.
at 1 p.m.
Right.
And that'll be here at the Justice Court. You may be seen by, I'm sorry, that's Judge Cornejo. You're gonna be seeing.
Your Honor, is that gonna be a concurrent bond or for each case?
That'll be for each case.
This one? Yep.
And on the city court matter, double check. I'm going to enter denials on your behalf and set the matter for a hearing in front of Judge Ryan Blue.
Okay.
And that's going to be on the 29th at 1:45.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, it's going to be the 28th. Clerk corrected me. Okay.
What is today?
Today is the 20th, ma'am. All right. All right, ma'am. You received copies of all the paperwork. Please hold on to them. I'm also going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you in your city court matter. So you're going to have two different attorneys representing you. Make sure and contact them as soon as you can. Stay in contact with them so that you can be up to date on what's going to happen next in your cases. Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Your Honor, on the city matter?
I'm sorry.
Was she released on the city matters?
No, she was not.
Okay, what was the bond about?
$250.
Thank you.
You. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yeah, it's Gabrielle Erickson, January 19th, 1998.
All right, Ms. Erickson. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on a charge of domestic violence assault that was alleged to have occurred on the 18th.
Yeah, I had to go to the hospital
Hang
and
on,
be
ma'am.
seen.
So I just want to let you know, so you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Purpose of this hearing is just to determine whether or not you're going to be released and what your conditions will be if released. So just keep that in mind before you say anything out loud.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just saying I was medically rejected from here that day. That's why I didn't come that day.
Let me check something. The jail, can you please confirm? I have here a note that Ms. Erickson is pending on a felony case, CR 2025-3163. Have there been any holds or other matter status changes in that case?
No.
We're checking, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Just give it a second. I just want to make sure that we're not.
No hold at this time.
No hold at this time.
Okay, thank you both very much. All right. So let's check one more thing. All right. Ms. Erickson, I'm going to set a hearing for you on July 30th at 10:30 in the morning in front of Judge Carlene Pesquera at the Pima County Justice Court. Do you know where that is?
Yep, I sure do.
Okay. I'm going to order that you all right. If I release you today, do you promise you'll show up at that hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, since you're not being held on the other matters yet, I'm going to make a note that you do have another case, just that Judge Pesquera can be aware of it. I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you
Okay.
not commit any acts of domestic violence, that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or reside. Do you live with the alleged victim?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay, good. So avoid them totally. That's in person or third party. So no contact between the two of you, either via friend or digitally, email, text, phone call, nothing. Okay.
Okay.
And that's all I have for you. You'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend your hearing. Otherwise, warrant condition for your arrest.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Just go see another thing.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Danny Fowler, 6/22/90.
All right, Mr. Fowler. Time to check your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on a warrant that was issued by Judge Crystal Ann Foster of the Pima County Justice Court. And this relates to a charge of driving on a suspended license and failing to appear. This is alleged to have occurred earlier this year, April 1st and May 1st, respectively. Just check something. Yeah, this appears to be the only thing you're being held on. So I'm going to set a hearing for you on July 30th at 8:30 in the morning. If I release you on that day, can you promise you'll appear?
Yes, I will.
Your Honor, he does have a DOC hold.
Okay. Oh, my apologies.
So if you release me today on this case, would I be going to DOC?
Yeah.
I don't know what, yeah, I don't know what this all.
My apologies. Thank you for correcting that. All right. So I'll still set that hearing for you. All right. All right. So I'm going to note the DOC hold and just so that Judge Piscara can be aware of it. I'll still set the hearing, sir. If you are released and transported back to DOC, obviously that will not go forward, and Judge Piscara can decide how she wants to dispose of the case. But that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
B. Johnson, September 29, 2004.
Ms. Johnson, you're being seen here on a couple of different matters. Go through them here real quick. The first relates to a complaint, misdemeanor complaint of domestic violence, misdemeanor domestic violence disorderly conduct, and misdemeanor domestic violence assault. Both alleged to have occurred earlier today. And the second involves a warrant out of the Marana City Court relates to charges of being under the age of 21 with liquor in the body and failing to appear. To remind you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you.
Okay.
As I'm just taking a look at some information that was provided to me by pretrial services. All right. Do you reside with the alleged victim in this case?
I do.
All right. I don't see any other holds for you, other matters, and it appears the alleged victim in the case doesn't object to your return home or your release and does wish to have further contact with you. So, in that matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you on August 20th at 10 a.m. and order you released provided you promise you will appear at that hearing and that you will not possess, consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you'll not commit any acts of domestic violence, and they will not possess any firearms or weapons and surrender any firearms or weapons you have to law enforcement. Can you do all that?
I have a question. Where would I be going for that?
Miranda City Court address will be on the paperwork you'll receive from this hearing. Or you can Google it. It's on 11555 West Civic Center Drive, Marana, Arizona. So you'll appear at the court on August 20th at 10 a.m. You understand all that?
Yes, sir.
No, I'm sorry. As a matter doesn't appear to be in front of me right now. I'm not sure why it isn't, but I guess that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Who's continuing? Sharp, right? Sharp. If Sharp continues. Okay. Oh, I did not. All right. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning. It is Alexis Diane Doriel, date of birth 7/8/2000.
All right, Ms. Doria, good morning. You're being seen here today based on two charges. One of misdemeanor domestic violence, disorderly conduct. And the other is misdemeanor domestic violence, criminal damage. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You just take a look here. All right. Appears to be you may be on misdemeanor probation, but don't see anything else holding you in. The clerk informed me that the alleged victim may be on the line. How do you unmute again? *6. Sir, if you want to unmute and push *6.
This is Michael. Hi, hello, this is Michael.
Good morning, sir. Is this Michael Lorna?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, sir. This hearing is for the purpose of determining the release conditions for the defendant. So at this time, if you have any concerns or thoughts that you'd like to express to me before I decide whether or not to release Ms. Dorio and what conditions may apply, please feel free to speak up now.
I think that she's not going to be no threat to me because from the sounds of it, her dad already has a plan for her to just kind of chill out and spend time to focus on herself. Because I had a talk with him last night, about this whole situation, and he agrees with me that she needs to find some time to get some help and see somebody like a specialist, like a therapist or somebody, to really sit down with her and really deep dive into what the problem is and why she keeps drinking.
Right. All right, sir. May I just ask you briefly, do you object to her being released from custody today?
No, I'm okay with her being released.
Do you wish to have any kind of contact with her?
It's up to her.
Okay, sir. Just
If that's something she's looking for.
okay, and can we just clarify, or can you just clarify, do you reside with Ms. Dorio?
No, I'm not with him.
You don't, you two don't live together, is that right?
Yeah, no, we don't live together.
And I know you mentioned before, but do you have any other concerns for your personal safety?
No, I mean, I had a talk with her dad last night, so I'm pretty confident that he's going to be able to help her. So.
All right. Anything else, sir? Anything else you'd like me to know, or anything you'd like to mention to me?
No, I think that'll be it today. Yeah, I think that'll be it.
Can I request something?
Sure.
I just want to request that we have no contact with each other.
Okay, fair enough. So, Ms. Dorio, based on all the information in front of me, I will release you on promise that you will appear in front of Judge Wendy Milling at the Tucson City Court on August 26th. Can you do that?
Sir.
Okay. Can you also promise you will not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs? That you will not commit any acts of domestic violence? And that you will not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim?
Sir.
It's a one-way order, Mr. Dorio. This order applies to you. So if you happen to see Mr. Lorna out and about, you have to be the one to avoid contact. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. Then you'll be released later today. Please make sure and be at the city court on August 26th. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest and you can end up right back in custody. Okay?
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're excused.
Did they go downstairs there and sit in the back right corner?
Oh,
Good afternoon.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
It's Antonio Isaiah Martinez, and my date of birth is 9/11/02.
All right, Mr. Martinez, being seen here today based on 3 misdemeanor charges at the Tucson City Court. They all relate to domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence assault. Oh, and to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. Just take a look at something here real quick. All right. All right. So it doesn't appear like anything else is holding you in here today. Hmm. Oh, and I'm sorry. There was another matter. They are also pending charges. I believe it's DUI, reckless driving. All right, sir. All right, sir. I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Wendy Million at the Tucson City Court. I'm going to set that for August 26th at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to release you on promise that you'll appear at that hearing and that you will not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you will not drive without a valid license, that you will not commit any acts of domestic violence, or have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim in this case. Can you do all that, sir?
Sir,
All right, then, sir. You will be released later today. Please make sure and attend your court hearings, obey all the conditions of release. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Thank you.
yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, it's Yvette Marquer, August 4th, 1991.
All right, thank you. Marquer, you're being seen here today based on 3 charges of misdemeanor domestic violence two charges of misdemeanor domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and one charge of criminal damage. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm just going to take a look here for a second at some information that was given to me by the Pretrial Services Department. Ms. McCure, do you reside with the alleged victim in this case?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Ms. McCure, I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Wendy Milling at the Tucson City Court. That hearing is going to be on August 26th at 1:30 in the afternoon. I will release you from custody on promise that you will appear at that hearing. Can you do that?
Yes.
All right, it doesn't appear that pretrial services was able to contact the alleged victim in the case to get their input on conditions of release. So I'm going to, just out of caution, I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. One second. And that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include go into where they work or reside. I will allow you to return to the residence one time with a police escort to gather any personal belongings that you may have. So the way that'll work is, if you have any belongings you want to collect, you have contact police. You can call 311, the non-emergency line. Arrange for police to be present with you at the residence while you gather your belongings, and then leave with them. You're not allowed to go back to the residence otherwise. You understand?
Yeah, can I say something, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Due to the circumstances, there have already been pre-arrangements for him to be removed from the home because we reside on a military base. So they made boarding for him that he needs to be removed from the home.
Okay. Well, I don't have any of the paperwork or materials related to that in front of me, so I can't make any additional findings beyond what I can't make findings on information I don't have in front of me. So for now, my order is going to stay in place. You're more than welcome to ask Judge Millian to modify it or change it, make additional or optional arrangements that vacate that order. Okay, but I can't make a decision based on information I don't have in front of me and able to review. Okay. right, ma'am. So you'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend your hearing on the 26th and abide by all the conditions of release, okay? You understand?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. You're excused.
How's that? Antonio. Sosa. He's coming. He's coming.
All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your full name and date of birth?
Daniel David Witt, 6477.
Thank you, Mr. Witt. Being seen here today based on appears to be 7 warrants that were issued for your arrest by the Tucson City Court, as well as 2 new charges of shoplifting and criminal trespass in the second degree, alleged to have been committed yesterday evening.
Shoplifting.
Just remind
Yes,
you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, which may be appointed to you by the court. Actually, I'm sorry. Which I am going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you in this case, in all your cases, rather. Just check for something else here. All right, sir. In your case, I'm going to honor the at least part of the bonds that were requested by the city magistrates, and I'm going to impose a bond of $750 cash secured, and I'm going to set a hearing for you on July 28th at 1:45 in the afternoon in front of Judge Ryan Blue. As I said, I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. If you do post a bond and are released, I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with any alleged victim in any of the cases, and not go back to any of the incident locations, I should say, where any of this took place. And that's it, sir. Like I said, I'm going to appoint an attorney for you. If you're still in custody, you'll be seen by Judge Blue over video, the same way you're appearing before me today. Otherwise, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Didn't want to see that.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Antonio Molina Costa, and 08-24-87.
All right. Mr. Costa, you're being seen here today on a few different matters. The first relates to a interim complaint alleging acts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct with a weapon, and domestic violence, kidnapping. Second, it involves felony charges of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. And lastly, there is a city court matter where alleges domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct, and domestic violence unlawful imprisonment. You do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And on the felony matters, I'm going to be appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney sitting right next to you is going to be assisting you throughout this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with your attorney before saying anything out loud. You understand?
And do it. Can I speak with him, please?
Sure, go right ahead. And feel free to mute the microphone.
Okay, we're good, Judge.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to take these cases in turn. We're going to start with the first interim complaint alleging the DV disorderly conduct and kidnapping. I reviewed the pretrial services report. Note that Mr. Acosta is not pending on any other cases other than what I've just mentioned. He's rated a 4 and 3 on the NCAA scales. Victim input rather could not be obtained. And unfortunately, pretrial services wasn't able to interview Mr. Acosta. There does appear to be 3 prior convictions and 5 prior domestic violence misdemeanor convictions. County attorney's recommendation is $75,000 bond plus pretrial services. And then on the second case involving the drug charges, $1,000 for time credit. Anything back from the state?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Defense?
Yes, Judge. Just real quick. So I talked to Mr. Acosta, and he has confirmed housing. He lives on the unaddressed off of 4th Street. And he confirmed that the victim, it would be residents apart from the victim. He does have a job. He works in carpenting. And just to add context to the interim complaint, according to the interim complaint, I understand that this is a kidnapping, but the alleged victim was basically found unharmed and like able to move and free by the time police got there. And in terms of the priors, I just want to note that I understand that there are priors, as the court noted, but his latest felony case ended in 2023. The sentence ended in 2023. And on the misdemeanors, he was off of probation at the latest in 2020 for any of those. And so, given those circumstances and the residents apart from the victim especially, we asked the court to release Mr. Acosta to pretrial services, or in the alternative, set a less onerous bond at $10,000.
All right, thank you. All right. On the first interim complaint, I will impose a bond of $30,000 cash secured and order pretrial services supervision if the bond is posted. And I'm going to set the preliminary hearing for July 30th at 1:30. Standard release conditions will apply if bond is posted to include pretrial services monitoring and no contact of any kind with the alleged victim. On the second interim complaint, anything to add there? My inclination is to apply a nominal bond for time credit purposes. Anything to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
And defense, any additional argument you'd like to make there based on?
Nothing to add.
Okay. So, then I'm going to impose $1,000 cash secured bond and set preliminary hearing for July 30th at 1:30. Okay. And then on the city court matter, Mr. Acosta, I am likewise going to hold you on a $500 bond. I will note the felony matter, and I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you in that case. If you are able to post bond and are released on all cases, the same conditions that I mentioned before are going to apply. Do not contact the victim directly or indirectly. Do not possess any weapons or firearms, and do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused. Here you go.
Judge, real quick, what was the city court date that you set?
Oh, my apologies. Actually, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Following Friday? That'd be the 6th of August. Is that? Thank you. Sorry, I had a conflicting day. It set all hearings for the same day. The city court matter will be heard on August 6th at 1:30 in the afternoon by video review hearing in front of Judge Million.
This to speedy to.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning, Your Honor. Aaron Matthew Flores,
Your date of birth?
12/22/1996.
Thank you. All right, Mr.
And
Flores?
Judge will waive reading of the charges.
Okay. All right, then, Mr. Flores, you're being seen here today on an interim complaint alleging several felony offenses that your attorney can talk with you in more detail about. The purpose of this hearing is just to determine whether you will be released and under what circumstances. I have taken a look at the pretrial services report. It does note that Mr. Flores does have pending misdemeanor probation, pending felony probation. Though there's no holds, at least at this time. Joe, can you confirm no holds, probation holds or other for Ms. Flores?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Flores was rated a 4 and 4 on the NCAA FTA scales. The alleged victim couldn't be reached for comment on conditions of release. Do note there's a prior felony conviction from earlier this year. State's recommendation was, I believe, $50,000 for pretrial services. Anything to add from the state?
Judge, I would just note the risk factors that are present in the offense and in the interim complaint. I didn't get a Form 4C, but I can see from the interim there's a number of risk factors present. He's on felony probation for domestic violence. He's got multiple pending misdemeanor domestic violence cases. I counted at least 3 cases with this same victim. Given his history, a $50,000 bond might even be a light ask here. I'm asking the court to impose the $50,000.
Thank you. All right. And defense?
Yes, Judge. We understand the state's position. I just want to highlight, as the court noted, that he is only at 2 on the pretrial services levels of presumptive levels. Can you give me one moment, actually?
All right.
Okay. Sorry, Judge. So as I was saying, there's only a 2 on the levels of release. He's a lifelong resident of Tucson. His current housing, he has an address in Sabino Canyon, Tanco Verde Apartments, I believe, and that is apart from the victim. But even aside from that, like as the court and the state noted, he's on probation. He's been staying at Halfway House. He told me that he's been recently screened for substance abuse rehab and also has began DV treatment for the probation, and he's employed as a plumber, and he does have family support of his parents, but a $50,000 bond would be a lot for them and for him. And so we asked the court to release Mr. Flores to pretrial services, but if the court is inclined to set a bond, we request the court to set a bond on the amount of $10,000.
All right, thank you. I am going to set a $50,000 cash secured bond and impose pretrial services supervision on Mr. Flores if bond is posted. I'll order standard conditions to include no acts of domestic violence, consumption or possession of illegal drugs, possession of any firearms, and absolutely no contact with the alleged victims, to include going to their work or residence. I'll set the preliminary hearing for July 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Yeah. And Judge, did you appoint the public defender?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Oh, that's happening. Right, thanks.
Laura, don't forget your paper. All right, you're 56.
All right. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Robert Daniel Lopez, 9/4/1980.
Can I switch to waive reading of charges in the warrant?
Judge, I actually didn't see an interim complaint for this, so I don't really even know what the charges are.
Not being seen on interim complaints on a felony warrant.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, we'll wait for reading.
Thank you. Mr. Lopez, you're being seen here today on a warrant that was issued for your arrest related to several felony charges. This was issued by Judge Tracy Miller, Pima County, 16th of this year. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed to the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. Took a look at the pretrial services report. There doesn't appear to be any other holds or statuses. Mr. Lopez was rated a 4 and 4 on the NCA FDA scales. Local ties were confirmed through a third party. There does appear to be 2 prior felony convictions. Earliest one being from 2001, second being from 2004. I'm sorry, the amount of the bond requested by Judge Miller was $500,000. County Attorney's Office recommendation is essentially to honor the bond. Anything to add from the state, Mr. Gant?
Judge, I'm asking for the 500,000. If the court's inclined to go any lower than that, I'd like to be heard. I have a number of things I could say and read into the record, but I'm not sure it's necessary if the court's inclined to stick at the amount on the warrant.
I am inclined to honor Judge Miller's request, but I want to hear from defense first. And then if I change my mind, I'll come back to you, Mr. Gant.
Thank you, Judge.
Defense.
Yes, Judge. Give me one moment, actually, please. I apologize.
Not a problem. And if you haven't seen the warrant, I'm not sure if the jail can provide you with a copy to review. And if necessary, we can slide Mr. Lopez to a later point.
Judge, the only thing I'll add is that Mr. Lopez does have the support of his girlfriend, and she, Mr. Lopez says that that's his fiance. There aren't any housing, concerns that the court should be worried about, and he is part-time employed as a roofer. Full-time employed as a roofer. I understand that the court's inclined to honor the bond. We asked the court to lower the amount to $250,000, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you. As I said, I'm inclined to honor the bond amount, $5,000 plus pretrial services supervision. If the bond is posted along with an order not to contact the alleged victims or go to their place of work or residence. I'm going to set an arraignment for July 28th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, Mr. Lopez. That's all I have for you. Thank you, sir. You're excused.
Mesa?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Rafael Mesa, 102461.
And Judge, we'll waive reading on these two.
All right, Mr. Mesa, dispense after your initial appearance. You're being seen here on charges that your attorney can go over with you. To remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is your attorney for the purpose of this hearing. You're already talking with them, so please continue to do so if you have any questions or concerns. After looking at the interim complaint, as well as pretrial services report, don't note any other holds or matters pending from Mr. Mesa. He is rated 2 and 3 on the NCAA FTA scales, respectively. Community ties couldn't be verified through an independent source. There does appear to be a prior felony conviction from 2004. The state's recommendation is $25,000 plus pretrial services. Anything to add, Mr. Gant?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
And defense, if you need a minute, please feel free, but otherwise.
Thank you, Judge. Yes, one moment, please. Yes, Judge. Thank you. Okay. So, Mr. Meza, the court noted his pretrial services levels and all the scales. What I want to add is that he's a 30-year resident. At least he's been in Tucson for at least 30 years. He lives in Vail by himself. He has a house, a few dogs. He works in construction. From my understanding, he runs a crew of a few trucks.
No. So it's a CDL with a hazmat. I service heavy equipment.
Okay, he services heavy equipment. He does have work tomorrow, and he was telling me about how he's concerned about taking time off. I understand the nature of the charges. We asked the court up, and given that his only prior was from 2004 and it was a DUI, that he was able to successfully terminate probation early on. We asked the court to release Mr. Meza to pretrial services, or in the alternative, set a less onerous bond at amount of $10,000.
All right, thank you. I will set a bond at $15,000 cash secured and set the preliminary hearing for July 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to order that, Mr. Meza, if you are able to post bond and are released, you are to be under the supervision of pretrial services, and you're to submit to any monitoring or treatment that they direct. So if they tell you to do something, then you got to do it. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, any firearms or weapons, and if you have any weapons, excuse me, firearms in your possession, that you surrender those to law enforcement within 72 hours of being released. And above all else, I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim in the case, to include going to where they live or work. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Well, anyway, if you call that number, we'll appreciate it. Here, it's that's cash or secure. So if you.
Up to you, see, Mr.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
It's Quentin Marcellus Marsh, 8/18/1996.
Mr. Marsh, this time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on 2 charges of felony domestic violence and disorderly conduct with a weapon, alleged to have occurred yesterday. You do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. If you have any other questions or concerns during this hearing, please continue to talk with the attorney seated next to you. Pretrial Services didn't note any other holds or statuses, though I do have an indication that Mr. Marsh, is on a Title 36 hold. Is that correct, Jail? Do we have a indication that a petition's been filed for him?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Marshall's rated a 2 and 2 on the NCAA FTA scales, and it appears that the alleged victims were contacted. They don't object to Mr. Marsh being released or returning to the home. Community ties were verified by a third party, and I don't see any record of a prior felony or misdemeanor conviction.
Okay.
State's recommendation is $10,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else from the state?
No.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. The only few things I want to highlight is, as the court noted, the level 1 from pretrial services, only a 2 on the NCAA and FTA scales, no priors. And given all of that, and the fact that the victims, which is, I believe, Mr. Marsh's family, they do not object to his release and are okay with him coming home. And given the fact that there's Title 36 hold, I'm not sure if the Title 36 hold requires a nominal bond, but if so, we ask for a nominal bond. If not, we ask that Mr. Marsh be released to pretrial services so then he can, start or continue his treatment.
Anything else?
That'd be it. No, Judge. That's it.
Thank you. I will impose a $2,500 cash secured bond so that he may potentially receive time credit. I'll set a preliminary hearing for July 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And I'll order pretrial services supervision for Mr. Marsh if the bond is posted. Mr. Marsh, I'm also going to order that if you are released, that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not possess any firearms or weapons. And if you have any firearms or weapons in your possession, you surrender them to law enforcement immediately.
Yes, sir. You call that number like tomorrow.
So I have to pay this amount.
All right. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused. All right. And if we get Mr. Polson up, please. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Richard Lee Polson Jr., March 4th, 1962.
Thank you, Mr. Polson. You're being seen here today based on two matters. A felony complaint alleging possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. And the second relates to a misdemeanor warrant that was issued by Judge Crystal Ann Foster on a charge of criminal trespass in the third degree from earlier this year, February. On both matters, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And on the felony matter, I'm going to be appointed to the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him first before saying anything out loud. Taking a look at pretrial services report, does note that there is a probation, but no holds at this time. Mr. Polson was rated a 5 and a 5 on the NCFTA scales, and he was deemed steps diversion eligible. And only has one prior felony conviction. I believe that's probably referenced the probation. County Attorney's Office recommendation was either pretrial services release or $1,000 for time credit and a steps court hearing. Anything to add from state?
No.
Thank you. And defense, I am inclined to release your client to pretrial services supervision and schedule a steps court hearing if he is inclined to be evaluated. If you'd like to talk with him for a minute, please.
Yeah, he's telling me that he would be very interested in that.
Thank you. Willing to waive time on the preliminary hearing?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. So I'll set a steps court hearing for July 29th at 9 a.m. And the preliminary hearing I'll set for September 3rd at 1:30 p.m. Mr. Polson, you'll be released to pretrial services supervision. You need to contact them, and if they tell you to do something, you need to do it.
Yes, sir.
On the misdemeanor matter,
That's crazy.
on the felony rather, I'm going to set a hearing for you on July 30th at 8:30 in the morning in front of Judge Felipe Pesquera. This will be so you can deal with the misdemeanor criminal trespass case. I'll likewise release you on that. On promise you'll appear. So it's supposed to be released later today. You need to contact pretrial services as soon as you're released and your attorneys and stay in contact with both pending the outcome of all of your hearings. Do you understand all that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Judge, real quick, I'm sorry. I missed the misdemeanor court date. So that way I can write it down for him.
Sorry, July 30th at 8:30 in the morning. It's an
And that's
arraignment. That's at the Pima County Justice Court.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Mario Nando Reiki,
And your date of birth?
8/24/1988.
All right, thanks, sir. And you're being seen here today based on two different matters. First is a felony warrant that was issued by Judge Catherine Monroe at the Pima County Superior Court. This relates to charges of burglary in the second degree, burglary in the third degree, possession of burglary tools, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Wow. When did this happen?
This is alleged to have occurred earlier this year, March 14th. They're also being seen here today on a city court matter involving criminal trespass in the first degree, criminal damage, assault, disorderly conduct, and failing to appear. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them before saying anything out loud. Take a look at the warrant on the felony. It lists a $2,500 bond amount. Pretrial services didn't note anything other than the warrant and the matters that I was just referencing. Mr. Reiki was rated a 6 and a 6 on the NCAA scales. And he unfortunately couldn't be interviewed by jail staff. And he did have 6 prior felony convictions dating from 2010, with the most recent in 2023. County Attorney's Office recommendation was $25,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything to add from the state?
Yeah, just as one of those times where I didn't think the amount listed in the warrant was enough given his history. It's a second degree burglary, so it's a residential burglary. He's got 6 priors, including prior aggravated assault with weapons, robberies, burglaries, aggravated assault on corrections and peace officers. Just given his history, his risk on both the scales, which are both maxed out at 6, I'm asking for a $25,000 bond.
Thank you. In defense?
Judge, we asked the court just to honor the bond amount of $2,500.
Not exactly. Let me just double check something real quick. Oh, okay. It was direct grand jury warrant. I'm going to impose a $10,000 cash secured bond with pretrial services monitoring or supervision if Mr. Reiki is able to post a bond. I'm going to set the arraignment for July 28th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And I said before, the public defender's office is going to be appointed to represent the defendant. On the city court matter, Mr. Reiki, I'm going to advise you that you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed to the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm also going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to all these charges. And I'm going to set a hearing for you on September 26th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Cranshaw at the Tucson City Court. If you're still in custody, then your attorneys may appear on your behalf or you may be seen via video. If not, then you'll have to appear at that hearing. You have the right to attend all hearings in this case, as well as to demand a trial where you are presumed innocent and the burden of proving you guilty is on the state, and that burden is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. However, if you fail to attend any hearings that are held in this case, to include a trial, then those hearings and that trial may go forward in your absence, and you may be found guilty without the opportunity to present a defense. Additionally, you may lose the right to appeal a conviction if you're not able to be sentenced within 90 days of being found guilty. Do you understand all that, sir?
He said, go say it.
Say yes.
Okay.
Tell him again, you understand?
I understand all my rights, sir.
Thank you. That's all I have for you, sir. You're excused.
Judge, for the jail, can you confirm whether Mr. Riki was released on the city case, or whether there was bond?
I'm sorry, he was released on the city court case, held on the felony.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Celicia Ives and 92901.
Ms. Alvarez, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on a couple of matters. The first is a felony charge of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. And the second is a city court case involving a warrant that was issued for your arrest related to charges of shoplifting. Remind you, do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them before saying anything out loud, okay? Review pretrial services report, as well as the county attorney's recommendation for pretrial services release and steps court evaluation. Anything else from the state?
No, thank you.
All right. Defense, I am inclined to agree with the state and release Ms. Aviles to pretrial services and schedule a steps court evaluation, but if you want a moment to talk with your client, please feel free to do so.
Yes, Judge. Ms. Aviles has told me that she's interested in that. So the only thing we would add is that we'll waive time for preliminary hearing.
Thank you. All right, so Ms. Aviles, I'm going to release you to pretrial services, supervision, and monitoring. So they're going to be looking after you. If they ask you to do something, you need to do it immediately. I'm going to set 2 hearings for you. The first is going to be on July 29th at 9 a.m. And that's where you can be evaluated for possible inclusion in the steps court program. The second hearing is going to be on September 3rd at 1:30 in the afternoon, just in case that first hearing doesn't end successfully. On the city court matter, I'm likewise going to release you, and I'm going to set a hearing for you on August the 20th at 9:30 in the morning in front of Judge Hale at the Tucson City Court. In both cases, I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And on the city court matter, I'm also going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to the incident location. All right. You got some hearings coming up. You have attorneys that are going to be assisting you, as well as pretrial services, man. Please contact pretrial services and your attorneys as soon as you're released, and stay in contact with them during the pendency of your case, okay? That's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
That'll be your number for your attorney, and that's the date of that. Like,
Sorry, then, right, all this.
and yeah, whenever you get released, call them.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to wait until.
All right, grab your papers. Perfect.
I printed out her new booking sheet, so it's right underneath the sheet of paper. So basically, it's supposed to be. It's not.
What have to do with that? Beth? 1 second. Good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jerron Carlos 01/01/2002.
All right, Mr. Carlos, it's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here on a single felony charge of aggravated DUI alleged to have occurred earlier today. I remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud. Pretrial Services did note that there is a pending city court matter involving a DUI from, let's see here, February of this year. Mr. Carlos was rated a 3 and a 2 on the NCAA FDA scales, but couldn't interview him prior to today's hearing. County Attorney's Office recommendation was $15,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
No, thank you.
And defense?
Yes, Judge. So I understand the pending misdemeanor case. I just want to highlight that Mr. Carlos was listed at level 1. I was able to talk to him, and he let me know that he's a full-time employed as a chef. He does have housing, and he lives with his mom, and he's been in Tucson basically his whole life. And outside of that pending charge, he has no other criminal history for his pretrial services report. So we asked the court to release Mr. Carlos to pretrial services. One of the alternatives set lower bond, the amount of $5,000.
Thank you. I am going to impose a bond to $7,500 cash and order that pretrial services supervise Mr. Carlos if bond is posted. And I'm also going to order that he submit to any monitoring or treatment that they direct. I'm going to set the preliminary hearing for July 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Adios.
So if you can post that,
Adios.
at least, and if you call that number like tomorrow, see if they put you up and take care of it. And if I can't post that, then you gotta say, well, it's that month. So
That depends on how it gets to the case. But you can talk to your attorney about filing a motion to release. But for right now, that's all. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Yep.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Fernando Carrillo Moreno,
And what's your date of birth, sir?
9/14/77.
Thank you. Sir, you're being seen here today on a charge of theft of means of transportation alleged to have occurred yesterday. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them before saying anything out loud, okay? All right. Pretrial services didn't note any other statuses or warrants for Mr. Carrillo Moreno. He was rated a 6 and 6 on the NCFTA scales. His references, community ties couldn't be verified prior to the hearing. He does appear to have 8 prior felony convictions, the earliest of which is 1995, and the most recent was 2019. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for pretrial services release. Anything to add from the state?
No, thank you.
And defense? Any objection to that?
No, as long as the court is okay with it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention I am inclined to and am inclined to agree. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. I will order pretrial services release and set the preliminary hearing for August 11th at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm also going to order that Mr. Carrillo Moreno not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs and have no contact with the alleged victims, to include going to where they work or live. All right, sir. You're going to be released later today. Please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorneys and stay in contact with them so you can be up to date on the status of your case. Thank you very much, sir. You're excused. Good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Agent Eugene Convey, August 16, 2003.
Thank you, Mr. Convey. Being seen here today based on a felony interim complaint alleging being in possession of a weapon by a prohibited possessor. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be helping you out throughout this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with him before saying anything out loud, okay? Okay. Didn't see anything else noted for Mr. Convey in terms of, I'm sorry, there was a notation that he is on probation. Just yet. Was rated a 4 and a 3 on the NCAFTA scales. He unfortunately wasn't able to be interviewed for pretrial services, but community ties were verified, and there are 2 prior felony convictions, one in 2022, the last one was in 2023. County Attorney's Office recommendation was $25,000 bond. Anything else to state?
Judge, I would just note that while you noted his last convictions from 2023, he's on probation for that, and it's for prohibited possessory. And we are again, while he's on probation, he gets pulled over for doing 80 and a 45, and he's got another gun. So I'm asking for a $25,000 bond.
Thank you. Depends.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Convey's told me that he is full-time employed at the railroad. He does have housing. He lives with his girlfriend, I believe, and I'm not sure if this is different housing than with his mom, but if it is, he also, as the pretrial services report noted, that yeah, he has support of his mom. I understand that he is on probation, but at least as of right now, there aren't any holds. So we asked the court to release Mr. Convey to pretrial services, or in the alternative, set a lower bond of the amount of $7,500.
All right, thank you. And I'm gonna impose a bond of $10,000 cash secured and set preliminary hearing for July 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Mr. Convey, if you are able to post the bond, I will order that you submit to pretrial services supervision and monitoring. So basically, if they tell you to do something, you need to do it. I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not possess any firearms or weapons. If you have any firearms in your possession, you need to surrender them immediately to law enforcement.
Yes, sir.
And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused. More, sir, can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jesus Galindo Corrales, 429-1978.
All right, sir. You're being seen here today based on a warrant that was served, or rather, I'm sorry, it was issued out of the Maricopa County Superior Court by Judge Joshua Boyle. And this relates to charges of possession of a dangerous drug from 2022. All right, bond amount is $2,000. I'll post the bond amount, and we'll let Maricopa County know that you may be transported up to Maricopa County. And actually, just make sure you're not being held on anything else. Nope. All right. All right. So, Mr. Corrales, you're going to be held on the bond, and Maricopa County is going to be notified and given an opportunity to transport you up. I'm going to set a hearing, a review hearing, if you're still in custody, for August the 20th at 9 a.m. This is just in case Maricopa County hasn't come and gotten you by that point, so you're not slipped through the cracks. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Your Honor, what was the bond amount?
$2,000, the amount of the
Thank
bond.
you.
Thank you.
I can bond up.
Answer.
Judge, can Mr. Corrales bond out here and then show up in Maricopa, or would he? Okay. Okay, thank you.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Excuse.
Pick it up. And
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Donna Marie Early.
All right, Ms. Early, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a warrant that was issued by Judge Renee Bennett back in November of 2022. This relates to charges of aggravated DUI that allegedly occurred in November of 2021. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with him before saying anything out loud. Taking a look, it doesn't appear there's any other holds or statuses for Miss Early. Was rated a 3 and a 3 on the NCAA FTA scales. And it does appear that this warrant relates to a refiled matter. And Miss Early hasn't been previously arrested on this warrant. I do note there were 1, 2, 3 noted felony convictions and 1 misdemeanor conviction. And the amount of the bond was $2,500 on the warrant. County Attorney's Office recommendations, pretrial services release. Anything else I had from the state?
Judge, I think it's appropriate to release Miss Early to pretrial. This happened 4 years ago. They refiled the case. It seems like a year later. She hasn't had any contact that I'm aware of since. I know the bond requests or the warrant requests the bond amount, but I would think it would be appropriate to release her here. So I'm asking you to do that.
Okay. And Pence, I'm inclined to agree with the state and release your client to pretrial services supervision. Any comments?
Okay. Nothing to add, Judge.
Okay. Then, Ms. Early, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services, and I'm going to set an arraignment for you on July 28th at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment that pretrial services directs you to participate in, and that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not drive a vehicle without a valid license. So you'll be released later today. You need to contact pretrial services and your attorneys as soon as possible and stay in contact with them. And above all else, do not miss your hearings in this case. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest and you can end up right back in custody, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're excused.
No, there's no bar.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. I'm the one shaking like this. I'll try, but I can't really walk.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Joseph Elias, 4/22/93.
Elias, you're being seen today on 2 felony interim complaints. The first alleges possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Thank you.
And this is from the 27th of April this year. The second complaint alleges possession of a narcotic drug for sale and possession of drug paraphernalia, and that was alleged to have occurred yesterday. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, Please talk with them before saying anything out loud. Pretrial services noted that there isn't a adult probation hold. Joe, can you confirm that probation hold is still in effect?
Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Lasser's rated a 3 on 3 on 3 and a 3 on the NCFTA scales. Unfortunately, he declined to participate in an interview. And there were 2 prior felony convictions noted. County Attorney's Office recommendation on the for sale matter was $25,000 bond. And on the simple possession, $1,000 for time credit. Anything else to add from the state?
No, I just errantly checked the steps box on the sales case. I'd like to remove that, but other than that, nothing to add.
Oh, yeah, my fault. I hadn't even taken that into consideration. It was checked for the simple possession. Is that still your position, or you want to remove that as well?
Judge, I think that would be my position. My understanding is that is a new interim complaint. So I think it would be appropriate on the simple possession. Thank you.
Thank you. And defense, given the hold given all the matters, including the hold from adult probation, what's the position of conditions of release?
Yes, Judge. We don't have a problem with the bond, obviously, so he can earn time credit. We only ask that, given that both of these are nonviolent, and he's listed only as a level 2 offender, his on the sales case, the bond be set at $10,000, and then a nominal bond on the personal possession case.
Does your client wish to be screened for steps court evaluation on the simple possession case?
Yeah, he's interested in that.
Okay. All right, then I'll set a steps court of hearing for. So I'm sorry. First of all, Mr. Lass, on your simple possession case, I'm going to set a bond of $1,000 cash secured, so you can receive time credit if that's appropriate. And I'm going to set a hearing for you to be evaluated for steps court program on July 29th at 9 a.m.
And we waive time. We'll waive time for the preliminary hearing. Sorry.
Okay. And I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 3rd at 1:30 in the afternoon. On the for sale case, I'm going to note the probation matter. I'll set the bond at $15,000 cash secured and order the same conditions apply: pretrial services, supervision, and monitoring. And the preliminary hearing will likewise be set for July 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. So you're not going to be released because of the probation hold that's on you. If that hold does come off and you are able to satisfy the bonds, then you'll be released to pretrial services. So you need to contact them and your attorneys and stay in contact with them while your case is pending. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Judge Mester's email? No, I didn't see it. One sent to me. I may have been before I was on the bench. Yeah, probably not. I changed the. They did a public defender representative. I'll just reset it and I'll let him know. I don't want it to break, so I can just keep doing this. But thank you. All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
Angel Edward Fingers, 4799.
Thank you, Mr. Fimbrus. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on a felony complaint of possession of a narcotic drug for sale, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a dangerous drug. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Pretrial service didn't have any other notes for warrants. Mr. Fimbrus is a 4 and a 3 on the NCFTA scales. Fortunately, pretrial services couldn't verify any community ties through a reference. And Mr. Fimbrus has 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 prior felony convictions. Earliest one is 2017, and the most recent is 2020. County attorney's recommendation was for $40,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything to add from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
And defense?
Yes, Judge. As the court noted, these level 2 on pretrial services. This is a nonviolent offense. I understand that's sales, but it's still nonviolent drug offense. He has confirmed his housing out of custody. He says he lives with his stepdad at an address on South Liberty. He is self-employed as a landscaper, and he's been a lifelong resident of Tucson. Given the nature of these charges and the fact that the fact that it's nonviolent, we asked the court to release Mr. Fimbrus to pretrial services, or in the alternative, set a lower bond amount at $10,000.
Thank you. And I'll impose a cash secured bond of $15,000 and order pretrial services supervision if Mr. Fimbrus is able to post it. I'll set the preliminary hearing for July 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And as I mentioned before, Pima County Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent Mr. Fimbrus. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you.
Bullets?
Did I fill it in correctly?
Next in a couple.
No, I just based on.
Lopez.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Veronica Flores, 4/19/71.
All right, thank you, Ms. Flores. You're being seen here today on a couple of different matters, both warrants that were issued for your arrest. The first was issued by the Cochise County Superior Court. This is in April of this year. This relates to charges of theft of means of transportation and theft or stolen property. And both those charges date from 2022. The second matter is a warrant that was issued by Judge Crystal Ann Foster, the Pima County Justice Court. And this relates to a charge of shoplifting. On the Cochise County matter, I'm going to impose the bond that's requested in the warrant. I believe that's $1,000. I'm sorry, it's $10,000. And I'm going to set a hearing for you on August the 20th. So basically, I'm going to honor the warrant that was issued by the Cochise County Court, and we're going to let them know that you're being held so they can transport you. I'm also just going to set a review hearing for you on August 20th in case they don't, so that we can keep tabs on your case there. And on your misdemeanor case, I'm going to impose the bond as requested in that warrant. And I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Cornejo tomorrow afternoon at 1 in the afternoon or 1 p.m. And I'm going to appoint Mr. Doug Taylor to represent you. All right, so Ms. Flores, I'm gonna, like I said, impose the bonds on you, or hold you on those bonds. You'll be seen in the misdemeanor case tomorrow afternoon, and you'll have an attorney there representing you, Mr. Taylor. And in the felony matter, the out-of-county matter, the review hearing will stand and lessen until the Cochise County transports you down there, or you bond out. But either way, that's all I have for you. And thank you very much. You're excused.
Veronica. Come on. Yes.
One second. Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
Good morning. Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
Veronica Michelle Huerta, 11/6/96.
All right. Sorry, I'm just taking a look at something here. Okay. Miss Huerta, you're being seen here today on charges of possession of a narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia. To remind you, do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, take a look at the pretrial services report. I think there was a discrepancy noted as it relates to the fingerprint or the identity that returned to the fingerprints. I'll note for purposes of my order, fingerprints came back to a Marissa Marie Huerta, date of birth 12/10/95. Ms. Huerta was rated a 1 and 1 on the NCAA FTA scales. Was deemed steps diversion eligible and didn't have any criminal history. The county attorney's office is recommending pretrial services release. Anything to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
And defense?
Yes, Judge. So Miss Huertas told me that she is interested in steps. So we agree with the state's recommendation and we'll waive time for the preliminary.
Your Honor, it appears her legal first name is Marissa, and she does have warrants.
All right. Fair to say, I haven't seen any warrants. Fair to say the state's not aware of anything related to warrants for this thing. Is that correct?
Not that I'm aware of, Judge.
Okay. So, and assuming this, the defense counsel haven't had a chance to review any warrants.
I don't see anything on my end either.
It's Marissa. Her name's Marissa Huerta, not
She was
Ronnie.
fingerprinted.
I understand. So rather than try to shoot from the hip and guess on any of this, I'm going to continue Ms. Huerta's hearing until this evening, so that the jail can have time to process this. Pretrial services can likewise re-engage and verify or clarify rather Ms. Huerta's your name, date of birth, and warrant status. All right. So Ms. Huerta, there seems to be some confusion about your current status. I'm going to continue your hearing until this evening, where hopefully we'll have some clarification and we can better assess your case. But for now, you're gonna just have to hold tight and be patient for us. So that's all I have for you right now. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Let's do this again.
I'm taking the issue right here.
Thank you. All right. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Rachel Loma Lewis, 52783.
All right, Ms. Lewis. Good morning. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on two charges, possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. And you're also being seen on let's see. One, two, it looks to be 11 misdemeanor warrants issued by the Tucson City Courts related to criminal trespass, possession of drug paraphernalia, and violation of a city ordinance. To remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with your attorney before saying anything out loud. Pretrial services didn't have any other status notes for Ms. Lewis. She was rated 3 and 4, was deemed step support eligible. And didn't have any felony criminal history. The only other charges pending were the 11 warrants that I mentioned out of the Tucson City Court. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for pretrial services release and steps court evaluation. I am inclined to hold to honor the warrants, or at least some of the bonds in the 11 warrants in the city court case. So if that changes your recommendation, please feel free to amend anything you may have submitted. So state anything else or anything to change about your recommendation?
No, I don't have anything to add. Thank you, Judge.
And defense?
Judge, we still agree with the steps hearing, so if you can set that, but I guess if you're gonna impose a bond on the misdemeanor cases, we ask for just a nominal bond on the felony case also.
Okay. Then I will, on the felony matter, impose a $500 cash secured bond. I'll set a step court hearing for July 29th at 9 a.m. and a follow-on preliminary hearing for July 30th at 1 p.m. If bond is posted, I'll order pretrial services monitoring. And in the city court matters, they're all going to be consolidated, and I'm going to impose another bond, $500 cash, and set a video review hearing for July 29th at 1:45 in front of Judge Cranshaw. I'm also going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent.
I'm sorry.
All right, Mr. Lewis, you're going to be on bond for both cases. The bond is going to be $500 cash or secured. You'll be seen by the city court magistrate on the 29th. You'll have an attorney representing you in those 11 cases. And on the felony matter, like I said, the public defender's office will be assisting you, and you'll be seen on the 29th as well, but in the morning, and that'll be for steps court evaluation. So you got a lot coming up. Please make sure and keep in touch with your attorneys so you can keep up to date on the status of your cases. And that's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Stop somebody was leaving. It's you're not police.
Oh, that's.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry, cash. Consistent. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Albert Lopez Jr., 12/28/1982.
Mr. Lopez, time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here on three different complaints. The first alleges charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a dangerous drug, and resisting arrest. That was alleged to have occurred yesterday. And the second complaint alleges possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia, and that was alleged to have occurred on August 10th of 2024. You do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. All right. So Lopez did have a notice of a warrant, but no holds. And give me just 1 second. I don't believe Mr. Lopez is being held on whatever warrant is being referenced. He was rated a 5 and a 5 on the NCFTA scales. He was deemed steps diversion eligible for the 2024 case, at least, and does have 7 prior felony matters between looks like 2001, 2018. County Attorney's Office recommendation was, I believe, pretrial services released on both matters, and steps court evaluation, at least on the 2024 matter. Anything to add from the state?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. And defense, I'm inclined to agree with the state involving pretrial service release and steps court evaluation.
Okay, we'll waive time for the preliminary hearing to set the steps court. I do have a question for the court though, regarding the believe it's Sierra Vista Justice Court bond or the warrant. Is the court inclined to set a bond on that?
I believe that warrant, if I'm saw correctly, is non-extraditable outside of the county. It's extraditable only within the county.
Oh, okay. Okay, then, yeah, we'll just stick to the agree with the state on pretrial services release and steps.
Then I'll release Mr. Lopez on both matters to the supervision of pretrial services and order that steps court hearing occur on July 29th at 9 a.m. and the follow-on preliminary hearing will be September 3rd at 1:30 p.m. And I'm going to, on the first felony case, or I'm sorry, the most recent one, I'll set the preliminary hearing for August the 11th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. So that's all I have for you. Please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorney and stay in touch with them while your cases are pending. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest if you miss any of your court dates. Okay?
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Santiago Rodriguez, 81480.
Mr. Rodriguez, it's time to step your initial appearance. You're being seen here on a few different matters. The first is a felony complaint of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotic drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Alleged to have occurred earlier today. Second, two are warrants that were issued by the, it's like one was issued by the Bisbee Justice Court on November 5th of last year, related to charges of possession of drug paraphernalia and failing to appear. And then the other warrant was issued by the, looks like the Nogales, Santa Cruz County Justice Court. And this is a post-conviction or post-adjudication warrant. All right. Sir, on all these matters, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you on the first felony complaint that I mentioned. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with him before saying anything out loud. Pretrial services didn't note anything other than those warrants I just mentioned. Mr. Rodriguez is rated a 6 out of 6 on the NCFTA scales. He wasn't able to be interviewed by jail staff and does appear to have 2 prior felony convictions from 2022 and 2024, respectively. County Attorney's Office recommendation of pretrial services release and steps court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
No, thank you.
And defense?
Nothing to add. We agree, and we'll waive time for the preliminary hearing date to set steps.
All right. Mr. Rodriguez, I'm gonna release you on the felony matter, and I'm gonna set the hearings for you for the step court and for a potential preliminary hearing if that first hearing doesn't go forward. The steps court hearing is going to be July 29th at 9 a.m. And your preliminary hearing will be September 3rd at 1:30 in the afternoon at the Pima County Justice Court. On the misdemeanor matters, I'm going to likewise release you on both, provided you will appear at the Bisbee Justice Court on August 5th at 9 a.m. Can you do that, sir?
Yes.
And on the Nogales matter, I'm going to set another hearing for you 2 days afterwards, after that, on August 5th at 9 a.m. Justice Court Center. All right, sir. So you got a lot of hearings coming up in a few different cities. So just keep track of the paperwork you receive. Please contact pretrial services and your attorneys and stay in contact with all of them. Otherwise, you can end up right back in custody and you may not be released like today. Okay?
Thank you.
Well, I agree. Thank you, sir. You're excused. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Morning, Antonio Romero Zabalza, March 8th, 1985.
All right, sir. Thank you. You're being seen here today based on a felony complaint of unlawful flight from law enforcement, criminal damage, and aggravated DUI. You do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud. Take a look at pretrial services report. I did note that Mr. Zabalza is pending on another Superior Court matter, CR 2025-0247, where he's released on bond. County Attorney's Office is requesting no bond, that Mr. Zabalza be held on without bond. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. All right. Spence?
I
I have my own business out there too, so.
Nothing to add. pretty sure the court would have to set a no bond here. Okay. Yeah, nothing to add then.
So, Mr. Bala, given your circumstances, the state has the right to request that you be held without bond. I'm going to honor that request, and I'm going to set 2 hearings for you. The first will be on July 25th at 2:30 in the afternoon, and that'll be related to you being held without bond, excuse me. And the second will be a preliminary hearing. That'll be for July 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon. So you're going to be held pending those hearings. Please keep in touch with your attorneys so that you can be up to date on what you need to do to prepare for your cases.
Okay.
That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. Your excuse.
Oh, that number, the election, it'll be the same.
Okay. So I got this, so I'll put 2. We're gonna leave it on or? All right. Hey,
Good luck.
yeah.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
So there's a sweater, 12/09/1995.
All right. Mr. Zazueta, this time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on a couple of different matters. The first is a felony warrant that was issued by Judge Michelle Metzger on, let's see, October 28th, 2024. This relates to charges of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. And the second matter is a city court case involving allegations of domestic violence, assault, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and preventing the use of telephone for emergency services. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything aloud. Pre-trial services didn't note any other matters other than what I just mentioned. Mr. Zazueta was a 4 and a 5 on the NCLT scales. Let's take a look at one thing real quick. It appears on the felony, the warrant was issued on October 28th. Last year. Was arrested and released to pretrial services at his initial appearance. Defendant subsequently failed to appear for his arraignment on it looks like July 26th, and was arrested again on October the 20th. Was released again to pretrial services. Looks like this there was a notice of supervening indictment mailed out. Okay. And there was one prior felony conviction. I'm sorry, this is the same one that I just referenced where there's the warrant outstanding. No other felony matters were noted. State's recommendation was released to pretrial services. Anything to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
And defense?
Nothing to add. We agree with the state's recommendations.
Thank you. I'm just given the history. I think I'm going to honor the bond requested by Judge Metzger and impose the $1,500 cash secured bond. And I'll set the matter for criminal arraignment on July 28th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And on the city court matter, one sec. On the city court matter, I'm going to set a hearing for July 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon in front of Judge Wendy Millian. I'll note the felony hold and appoint the city public defender's office. I don't think the pretrial services was able to reach the alleged victim regarding conditions of release. So I'm going to order, Mr. Jesweta, that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live, and that you not commit any acts of domestic violence or possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. As mentioned before, the city public defender's office will be appointed to represent you. All right, sir. And that's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Judge, is there a bond on the city court?
No,
matter?
I'll release him on his own recognizance, but I do note the felony hold.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And that appears to be everything for the